And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. And the topic for today is self-accountability, which means everything that's happening right now is your fault. Where you're at, whatever you're working on, whether you got a job, whether you got a car, whether you got a bicycle, whether you got a motorcycle, whether you have a house, whether you live in an apartment, whether you live with your parents, whether you live with friends, everything that's going on right now is 100% your fault. You know why? Only you can control your life. So wherever it is that you're heading, it's your fault. If you're doing something and you make a mistake, it's also your fault. Self accountability meaning you can acknowledge your wrongdoing or your mistakes and you can correct it without pointing fingers on others, because we live in a world where everybody are so quick to judge somebody else. Why are you nowhere? Oh, I'm nowhere because of that person over there. No, no, no. You're nowhere because of you, not somebody else. That's just the mentality that people have nowadays. It's like every single thing they blame others. Okay, you can ask the person, okay, why are you unemployed? Oh, because of that this person didn't make a resume for me. No, 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 no. You need to figure out how to make a resume for yourself. Okay. You have a resume, so why aren't you employed? Oh, but because of my friend didn't bring me to the place so I can fill out the application. You ride the bus, go wherever you want to go. You can't depend on your friend to do everything for you. I don't know how people live like this, bro. If you depend on people to do stuff for you, you will eventually get nowhere. So that's the reason why there's a lot of people here in the world doing nothing with themselves, because they're blaming everything and everything on somebody else. Like, no, 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 no. Everything what's happening is fully your fault. Wherever you are in life, it's your fault. If you're winning, it's your fault why you're winning. If you're losing, it's also your fault. If you're figuring out what you want to do with your life, it's also your fault. Everything is, it's not just the good part that's your fault. Okay, so if you're winning, then it's your fault that you're winning. But if you're losing, it's somebody else's fault. That makes no sense. If you're winning or losing, it's still your fault, because only you can control where you're going in life. Self accountability means if you're aiming for something, whether you have to face challenges, well, you will be facing challenges along the way. So, whatever it is that's happening currently in your life, it's fully your fault, it's fully your responsibility, it's not nobody else's fault. So, if you're winning, it's your fault why you're winning. So in the opposite, if you're losing, it's still your fault. Stop blaming everybody else. One of the things you can do in life to keep yourself down with everybody else is blaming everybody else for what's going on with you. Whether you're unemployed or employed or whatever the case may be, or you're self-employed, whatever it is, it's your fault. You can ask the person, oh, why did you get fired from your job? Oh, my. Oh, no, sorry. Let me backtrack a little bit. You can ask a person, oh, I don't see you going to work. Oh, my boss fired me. Okay. What happened while your boss fired you? Oh, because my boss said this about me. Okay. And then what did you do? Oh, I disrespected my boss. Okay. Why did you disrespect your boss? Oh, but my boss said, no, there's no but. There's no, people lash out and then they blame everybody else for what's going on. People destroy their own life, their own relationships, their own friendships. They destroy themselves inside out, and then they point fingers at somebody else. You can ask anybody that say was in a relationship with somebody, and you can ask them, oh, why the relationship end? Everybody is quick to point fingers at somebody else. You can, even in friendship, you can ask two friends that they were friends, and you can ask them, oh, why aren't you guys friends anymore? Oh, but that person said this or that person did. No, 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 no. Everything is fully your fault. Only you can control where you're going. Your parents, your friends, your siblings, nobody can control where you're going. Everything that's happening in your life is fully in your control. Every single thing. Stop pointing fingers at everybody else. If you want to achieve something in life, you need to prepare yourself for every challenge possible. Don't run away or blame things on others when things get tough. No, that's not how life works. Wherever you are, anything that's going on is fully in your control. If you go to the beach, you can't get wet unless you go inside the water. And if you can't swim, and you're at a pool and you drown, what were you doing in the water from the beginning? Oh, but I saw a lot of people in the water, but you can't swim. What? Why are you in there? People put themselves in situations and then complain about it later down the line. This is why people put themselves in abusive relationships, or they're in some friendships, or they're in some job, or they're somewhere that they're not comfortable with, and they're blaming everybody else for what they're doing wrong. No, that's not how it works. Everything is your fault. Some people may not want to hear this video because of the state of mind that they're in, but bro, that's the world where we live in. Like, if you look around, only you can control where you're heading. If you, okay, say you're doing something and you made a mistake. How did you know it was a mistake? It's when you figure it out that it was wrong. That's when it was a mistake. Because that's the definition of a mistake, is doing something wrong and then you figure it out that it was wrong, then you try to correct it. That's how you know it was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake when you were doing it. It's like doing a, it's like taking an exam. When you answer all the questions, you answer all the questions with confidence. You believe that it was correct. But when you see it and it was incorrect, that's when you figure out that you made a mistake. That's the same cycle with life. Everything that you do, every challenges that you face, every road that you choose to walk down, it's fully in your control. It's only a mistake once you figure out that it was wrong. You can ask a person, okay, why are you nowhere with your life? Oh, because of all my 10 friends here sitting down doing nothing with themselves. If everybody's sitting down doing nothing with themselves, why can't you be that one to get up and say, you know what? I don't want to live like this, or I don't want to be that type of person, or I'm sick and tired of being broke and I want to get some money. I don't know. I think in every friendship or every group of friends, there's always that one that always say, you know what? I don't want to live like this. Or like, bro, everybody have a vision board of how they want their life to be. And you have to fully understand that you can't control what others want to do. You can't force people to want more. You can't force your friends and your families to become like above and beyond. Bro, some people are okay with doing nothing. They're okay. So you can't stop your progress or point fingers on somebody else because of what they're not doing, or you're doing something wrong, or you're sitting down waiting. Oh, I want all of us to go to the top as a group. So if everybody's sitting down, I can't go nowhere because I don't want to go nowhere without them. Okay, you don't want to go nowhere without them. That's okay, but the only reason why you're nowhere is because of them. So you think it's easier to point fingers on somebody else getting nowhere to make yourself feel better. I think that's what people do nowadays is they in order for them to give themselves closure, they have to point fingers on somebody else in order to make themselves not feel as bad. Because everybody you ask in this generation, people that are doing nothing with themselves, they don't got a job, they're not doing nothing. If you ask them, it's always somebody else's fault. Oh, somebody else said this, or somebody else did that, somebody else said this, or somebody moved this, somebody picked this, somebody said that. But it's always somebody else's fault. And those people are the ones that get nowhere. Bro, self accountability, everything is your fault. You know, we were designed to look ahead. So which mean is without a mirror, without you seeing your reflection, you can't really see what you look like. And we were designed to always look ahead that we can't even see ourselves. Imagine if we live in a world where there was no mirror. None of us would know what we look like. Understand? Without a camera, like camera on your phone, without a mirror, without anything that shows reflection. If there was none of that, we couldn't see what we look like. And it's like self accountability is somewhat similar to self reflection. Self reflection is like you acknowledging yourself, your appearance, all that. But self accountability is you acknowledge your wrongdoing and taking ability, like accountability, sorry, for whatever it is that you're doing without blaming somebody else. If you can sit down and say, okay, I messed up big time, that's you taking self accountability for yourself because you're not blaming somebody else. And anybody you see sit down and look within themselves and say, you know what? I messed up. I'm sorry. Anybody that you see do that, that's a person that's taking self accountability because they're not blaming somebody else. If something, say, wrong or something bad happen or they do something illegal, and they can sit down and look within themselves and apologize, or you can hear them say, you know what, I messed up big time. That's self accountability, because everybody is so quick to point fingers on somebody else. Everybody. You can go to a store, your friend get in trouble, you're there. You could have stopped your friend from doing whatever it is that they're doing, whether shoplifting or debating with somebody or arguing with somebody or disrespect. It doesn't really matter what they're doing. If you're there with your friend and you know your friend, and you can see that your friend is like a type of person to always want to argue with somebody or disrespect somebody or cause some problem or a troublemaker, and you're there and you can see that your friend is about to do something and you didn't say nothing, your friend gets in trouble, you're there, you guys are together, hence you are also in the same position as your friend, because birds of a feather flock together. So if you're, or let's say, put it different, if your friend did something, say, illegal like shoplifting or anything, and then you're there and then you're, say, got arrested, you didn't do nothing, you're sitting down in a jail cell, and people are going to ask you, oh, why were you in jail? Oh, my friend did this. No, you were there, you could have stopped them. Bro, we live in a world where people, like some people, they don't check their friends. And what I mean, they don't check their friends, like when their friends go out of line, they don't stop them. But guess what? Once they're in trouble, they're quick to point fingers. This is why you can be in the same position as somebody, but people will say anything or blame you in order to get out of any little bad situation. Take some self accountability for yourself. If you know the type of person that your friend is, why are you there from the beginning knowing things will go sideways regardless? You know what I mean? So when you're aiming for something, or you get up every single day and you're like, oh, I want to go to the gym, but I'm lazy. Okay. You want to go to the gym, but you're lazy. Okay, why aren't you in the gym? Oh, I'm not motivated. Okay, so you're blaming your own motivation for the reason why you are not in the gym. Or why aren't you in the gym? Oh, because my friend had a gym membership and they can bring guests with them, but they're not going to. That's why I'm not in the gym. How about you go get your own membership so you can go whenever you want, and stop blaming your friend for not going to the gym today for the reason why you're not in the gym. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess I think it's easier for people to blame things on everybody else in order to make themselves not feel as bad. Bro, some people will literally point fingers on everybody else but themselves. So if you can always look ahead and you can't see yourself, you can't see your own behavior. Like people will literally lash out and do all this different type of crazy stuff. And then the first thing that they would say when people ask them, oh, but what happened? Why did you do that? Oh, but because of that person said that about me. Okay. So you destroy your own life and you're blaming somebody else. Bro, if you look around, it's easy to spot somebody that have no self accountability. They don't blame themselves for nothing. Me, I'm the type of guy. If I'm in any position, if I can't figure something out, or I don't have no money, or I don't have no car, or I can't dress myself up a certain way, or I don't have certain assets to do something, I blame myself for that. This is why I get up every single day and I work hard every single day, and I'm in the gym a couple times a week. I'm dedicated to whatever it is that I'm doing. I can't blame nobody else. I don't have nobody else to bounce back on, because you have to realize that not a lot of people can help you once you fall off. You understand? So I'm not gonna put myself in the situation to say, okay, let me stop doing this, let me stop doing that because of that person. I can't do that. I can't, because I'm fully aware that everything that I do is fully in my control. Okay, let's say a person manipulate you and let you destroy your own life, or they tell you, oh, go do this or go do that, and you listen to them, and then you put yourself in a bad situation. The first thing you're gonna say, oh, but they told me to do that. Okay, you don't have a mind of your own. Even in the depths, you're still blaming somebody else. No, bro, listen, listen. You could be an average person that want to do something above and beyond. If there's challenges down the line, sorry, you have to face those challenges in order to figure out what you're doing. Stop blaming everybody else for what you're doing wrong. Because there are those people. And guess what? All those people that don't take accountability for oneself, all those people are at the bottom. If you notice, any person that you come across that's quick to blame somebody else for what they're doing wrong, they're at the bottom. They're getting no money. They're not getting paid. They're not doing nothing. They don't have nothing to offer. They ain't got nothing to show. People that take accountability, they're the ones that look within themselves and they can acknowledge that they're wrong. It's so hard for people to acknowledge when they're wrong. I don't know why. Or it's better for them to blame somebody else in order for them to not feel guilty. I guess that's probably it. But you have to take some self accountability. Wherever you are, it's fully in your control. Whether you got a job, it's in your control. It's not nobody else's fault for why you are where you are. Nobody lied to you. Even if somebody lied to you, you should be able to decipher what's going on. So if you're a person that's easily influenced, of course it's going to be, you're naive. It's easy for people to trick you. But guess what? Even if you're naive and they trick you, whatever it is that you said or whatever it is that you did, it's your fault why you are where you are. So if you think a person say, okay, don't start your life until I'm ready. What if that person is never ready? bro, it's bro, it's so crazy how people that are doing nothing with themselves, they will literally tell you, okay, let's do this together, but I'm not ready. Okay, when are you gonna be ready? So I should sit down and waste my life. Bro, time flows accordingly. So if I sit down and I waste all this time waiting on you, I'm getting nowhere. And I'm not gonna point fingers at you just because I'm getting nowhere. Because I'm the type of guy where if we don't have the same interests or same vision, or like we don't have nothing in common, then it makes no sense for us to have, say, a deep conversation or whatever the case. Because I'm at a point in my life right now where, like, I'm a fun person, but when it comes down to business, if there's nothing that we can grow or learn from or any ideas, then it makes no sense, because great minds discuss ideas and small mind discuss people. That's the world where we live in. I forgot what I think average mind discuss like gossip or whatever the case may be. I'm not quite sure. But bro, that's the world where we live in. Wherever you are, bro, a lot of people want to do so much, but they're busy pointing fingers at somebody else. Always somebody else's fault. Why are you nowhere? Because of somebody else. Why you ain't got no gas in your car? Oh, because of the gas station price is high. Okay, why are you always complaining about this but you're doing nothing? Oh, but because of that. No, it's fully your fault. If you're, let me tell you something about comfort, because I think this is like a major topic, because a lot of people want to be comfortable but they don't want to pay the price to be comfortable. Bro, we live in a world where if you want to move around and do whatever you please without any problem, it costs. If you're a type of person where you like your own space and you don't want to live with family, or you don't want to live with a roommate, you don't want a housemate, you want to be by yourself, it costs. If you want to drive around a car and you don't want to take the taxi, you don't want to take the bus, it costs. Bro, anything that comes with comfort costs. That's life. That's life cycle. So you can't sit down and complain. You live with 10 people and you sit down and complain, oh, I don't got my own space, I don't got this, I don't got... Okay, then if you don't like living with 10 people, then you go get a job, you go save up your money, and you go get your own place. Oh, but I can't afford it. Why can't you afford it? Oh, I ain't got no job. Why you ain't got no job? Oh, because I didn't send out a resume. Okay, why didn't you send out a resume? Oh, because that person didn't make... What the hell is going on in this world? Bro, like, it's... Bro, I swear, it is crazy out here. Bro, when I talk to people, like throughout my days, I always talk with a bunch of people. Bro, when I sit down and listen to the reason why people are nowhere, sometimes they don't even have a solid, valid answer for why they're nowhere. They're just blaming somebody else. Yeah, that's just it. Because it's easier to blame somebody else than blaming yourself. Bro, when was the last time you look within yourself and acknowledge all your wrongdoing? Some people, even when they acknowledge that they're wrong, they don't say it. They just sit down and you can see them. That's not acknowledging that you're wrong. That's just you sitting down and having self-pity. Well, that's also a different topic. But that's just you sitting down feeling bad for yourself. That's not you acknowledging the fact that you're wrong. You know, sometimes it's best when you hear things. When you hear it, it makes it real. Because guess what? You can say do something and you could be wrong. And then you may sit down and you may say, you're going a mild depression. Oh, yeah, I'm sad because of this or because of that. Okay, that's okay. You need to say it. But guess what? When a person messed up very bad, and you say to them, okay, you messed up very bad. They start lashing out. You know why? Because they don't want to blame themselves. Like, bro, people know exactly what's going on. You need to understand, they know. Whenever a person do something wrong and you mention it to them, this is why they lash out. Because they don't want to blame themselves and they don't want to hear it. So it doesn't really matter how they sit down and you can see them, oh yeah, I did it. Or you can say, oh, why did you destroy your own life? You see them, yeah. But the moment you start talking about it, they know they messed up. And the fact that they're blaming somebody else. So when you start to talk to them about it and the way how you're portraying it to them, it sounds like you're gaslighting them. That's what people call gaslight, because they don't want to hear it. So a person can do something wrong. They are fully aware of what they're doing. They're fully aware of the situation that they're in, the position that they're in. They know. The only difference is they don't want to hear it because they don't want to take self-accountability. Because they already convinced themselves, oh, it's that other person's fault. So they sit down and, oh, it's not the other person's fault. So let me just sit down and feel bad for myself because somebody else did that to me. And I'm so innocent. And I'm a victim. And this and this and that. And everybody's treating me like this. Okay. Then if you're so innocent, then why, when somebody else is trying to adjust the situation, why you see it as somebody gaslighting you? Because they're telling you that it's your fault that you are where you are. You know, bro, this is why when people are crashing and burning, I don't really talk to them. I wait for them to come to me, because I'm the type of guy. I can detect right from wrong, because right is only right and wrong is only wrong. That's just how it is. I'm a very fair guy. And even my mom knows this. I'm a very fair person. So even my mom, even if she's wrong, I can tell her that she's wrong. My family, if they're wrong, I can say to them, you know what? The way from what you're telling me and what I'm understanding, you're wrong for saying this or you're wrong for doing this. Some people, they don't like self-accountability because they view it as gaslighting. Oh, you're throwing everything back in my face and this and that. So if you know, and I'm saying it, why do you view it as I'm picking on? I'm not picking on you. Remember, I didn't know nothing from the beginning. See, bro, that's just life. People don't take self-accountability for oneself. It's easy for them to blame others. Sorry, and this is why those people are always at the bottom. They're always getting nowhere. They're always depressed. They're always lonely. They always have nothing going on. That's just life. And I always tell people in every single motivational video I make, pertaining to like self-control, self-discipline, everything come from inside. If you can acknowledge yourself and acknowledge what you're doing, and you can acknowledge that the fact that you are where you are is because of you, then you'll be able to do better. Because nobody is in control of your life. Nobody, not your parents, not your siblings, not your family. They can only try to guide you where they think suits you best. But wherever you are, it's fully in your control. All that time you spend blaming somebody else, that's the main reason why you are nowhere. Because you're blaming somebody else for your failure. And remember, if you're blaming somebody else for why you are nowhere, the only person that's nowhere, sorry, is you. Everything that goes on is you. Every single thing, where you are, whatever it is you're doing, whether you have a career, whether you got a job, whether you got a house, whatever it is that's going on in your life is fully in your hands. So it's your fault. If the winnings is because of you, I don't see why the wrongs can't be because of you. So when you're winning, it's because of you. When you're losing, it's because of somebody else. Garbage. My advice to you: take self-accountability. If you messed up, you need to say, even if you have to look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, I messed up. That's you taking self-accountability. While you sitting down criticizing yourself and hating yourself and tearing yourself apart, it's way easier for you to accept the fact that you were wrong. And it's easier for you to accept the fact that wherever you are is because of you. Because the longer you blame somebody else, is the longer you will sit down and get nowhere. So my advice to you: Take self accountability. Wherever you are, it's because of you. You could be winning, you could be losing, you could be average person, wherever you are, whatever you choose to decide to do with your life is fully in your hands. Stop blaming everybody else and you will be a lot better. People that are happy are those that know how to acknowledge their wrongdoing and they don't point fingers. All those people that point fingers always get nowhere. So my advice to you, if you want to be happy and you want to control whatever it is that you're doing and you want to keep pushing forward and you want to stay motivated, take self accountability. Everything is in your hands. I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back trying to do more stuff. You're going to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.